let me page them up and
Huh.
see if they're still around.
Hold on, hold on. Wait a second. We're getting some disturbance in the force here. I'll be right back.
1 second.
What is Tyler doing?
I'm currently paging our guests. You can't hear it anymore. 1 second. Oh, that didn't work.
Well, this is really good, high quality airtime
There we go.
right here.
Oh, there we go.
Did our guest come to our
Yeah.
pager? Oh, hey.
Guest is here.
So, who do we have on? Who do we have on today?
I am former Vice President Bo Jiden, and just first of all, I'd like to say, when I was a kid, we used to turn on PBS and watch Sesame Street, and back in Sesame Street times, anyway, go ahead.
Vice President Jiden, it's wonderful to have you on the show.
Yes.
I don't know where Eric went, but looks like we also have another guest. Could you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, it's me. I'm happy to be here. It's me, Donald Small Hands,
When I had
allegedly.
my small hands are bigger. Anyway.
Small Hands, as a returning guest, it's nice to see you on the podcast again. Yeah, let's
Yes,
go ahead and...
despite what China wishes, I'm back. I'm back from my trip with Melania to
I once met a guy
Florida.
from China. He told me, Joe, Bo, you had a really nice hair, and sometimes I just want to go to your hair and take a piece of it, and I love it when people take my hair. Yeah. Anyway,
Mr. President and former Vice President, I want to start out with a question that really all of your constituents would really relate to. We'll start with Small Hands. Is it okay to give strangers you don't know random shoulder rubs?
what's wrong with shoulder rubs? It's everybody likes them, and there's no sexual misconduct. It's definitely not a sign of collusion. There's no collusion. I give Melania a shoulder rub, and Ivanka. In fact, I give Ivanka more shoulder rubs than anybody. I don't see what's wrong with shoulder rubs. Now, does anyone say, "Oh, Donnie, do you want one?" No, but that's okay.
now, is it my turn?
Yes, Vice President.
Allegedly.
Please.
What? Oh, so I want you to know that when I was a child, my grandmother used to give me shoulder rubs. And now whenever I see a grandmother that looks like my grandmother, I want her to rub my shoulders and also to rub her shoulders. Donnie, if you were here right now, I would rub your shoulders too. I'm just saying,
Thank you.
if I was, but with those hands,
Thank you, Bo.
I think I would give better shoulder rubs, but what I really like,
Allegedly.
what I really like is foot rubs. Now you can really get into the essence of a person with foot rubs. When my daughter was, well, anyway.
Jiden, real quickly. Small Hands, he was open and he told us like the two people he's most recently and most commonly gives shoulder rubs to. Would you be willing to share with the Shmerican people who you shoulder rub, even though they're strangers?
So, I was vice president under Barack Obama, the best president of our time. Now, me and Barack are best friends, and I give him foot rubs and shoulder rubs and rubs. And first of all, I want to say that Barack Obama has rubbed me more. Anyway, Barack, and then maybe my son, who definitely has no collusion with Ukraine and their gas industry. Second of all, anyway.
Thank you, Jiden. Wise words. So we have this entity that's influencing the U.S. Some say they don't. Can you guys just tell me about Vladimir Putin, who he is, and just what you guys think about him? We started with Small Hands last time. Biden, can you go ahead?
I think
Biden.
Vladimir Putin is the biggest threat to our nation, and if we don't get Donny's small hands off the penis and if the Vladimir Putin, we're gonna have a time back when Nixon was a president back when I was a kid, and when I was a kid, we used to say, "Hey Nixon, how about you sit down and you just relax and you just get an ice bath." And he used to say, "No, I don't want ice baths. I want power." And then when he was a kid too, they had other presidents, and he also thought that they should get ice baths.
Small Hands, do you have a response?
Thank you. Finally, now I want to go back to the question before where Bo was talking about his good friend Obama. Now Obama never released his full form birth certificate, and we don't know if he was ever truly American. There's no way he could have been the best president if he wasn't even American. Excuse me. And now, as far as the leader of Russia, Vladimir Putin, we also have no idea about his birth certificate, but I trust him. He's a really swell guy.
Sources
sometimes, when he visits my golf courses, he sends all of his friends. They spend lavishly. It's incredible. They have an incredible time. All of them play golf so well. I love hanging out with them. Now, if there was a collusion, there's no collusion, okay? I've said it once, I've said it again. No collusion. Excuse me.
Listen here, you whippersnapper.
Biden, did you have a response?
Yes, I know that you spend too much time with Vladimir Putin, and as much time you've probably seen his birth certificate. So get your facts straight, Jack, because I think you're lying. And when I was lying as a kid, my mother used to spank me so I could spank you too.
Bo Jiden. Now, Vladimir Putin doesn't have a birth certificate. I know this because Russia doesn't give birth certificates. Now, if you were to ask me, does Russia give birth certificates? I would say absolutely not. Now, if you would also ask me, does Vladimir Putin give great shoulder massages? I would say I have no idea. Once again, I never get any shoulder massage. Where's the love? There's no love around here. You love me over there.
Where's your birth certificate, huh?
I've given my birth certificate to whoever requested it. It's in the same place as my tax documents. Okay.
I'm requesting it. Can I have them? I'll show you mine.
All right, Bo Jiden. If you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Well, hold on. I don't have mine, but I remember when I had mine, and there was someone who asked for it, and I said, "Hey, look, here's my birth certificate. I am from Illinois. I was born and raised there. And Illinois has great corn."
My birth certificate. I've walked into women's restrooms showing them my birth certificate. I whip it out, and it's just there. I have it flopped on the table, and they're like, "Wow, it's an incredible birth certificate." And you know what I did? I grabbed them by the pussy. That's what they want, and they can't stop me. Allegedly.
Well, fine.
You guys are getting a little heated up. Let's go ahead and let's talk about some things that really voters in like the deep bars of Manhattan, Kansas really care about.
Those are my people.
Yes, I've spent more time in Manhattan as mayor of New York than anyone in the world. I've been there since I was a kid, and when I was there as a kid, other kids used to come up to me and they used to hug me and rub my lower back when I was there, and then
Jiden, sorry, but I just want to get in a little bit further. So these drunk college kids in these Manhattan bars, there's one thing that really gets them to vote for someone. And between the two of you, who would win in a 2 a.m. drunken arm wrestling match?
Guns. I would give everybody guns. Give her a gun, give his mom a gun. They all get guns. I don't care. If we need guns, they have them. We'll buy them back if we have to.
What college students? What, do I get a turn? Is it my turn?
1 second, Jiden. I just want to make sure we get a good answer here.
Anyway.
Small hands. How do guns relate to you winning the arm wrestling contest?
Everybody in that bar who has a gun will cheer for me no matter what. They know, they say, oh, Donnie, you gave me my rights back. There's no more losing my Second Amendment rights. Everybody has bare arms. And on that topic, I would use bare arms to win this arm wrestling fight. Bo Jiden will stand no chance against my bare arms. That way, no one can see my hands, and everyone will see how strong I am, allegedly.
Okay, thank you, Small Hands. Jiden, your response, please.
What college students really want is for us to expand Obamacare. And I was
Wrong.
right there with Obama as he did what many thought was the impossible, and that was pass Obamacare in the House and in the Senate. Now, in order to win an arm wrestling match, you need to be nice and healthy. If I give students a public option for their health care, they will be healthier and they get rid of their premiums, and they realize I am the premium winner of an arm wrestling fight, despite Donnie's small bare hands.
Allegedly.
That is something we're all wondering about, is Donnie's small bare hands. But let's go ahead and keep moving it on. I really want to keep the voters invested in you guys. So Jiden, you haven't yet won the Democratic primary nomination, but don't worry. When the super delegates hand you the nomination, regardless of what
we've
the
already
people
talked
want,
about them. They're already there. I have them.
Yeah, you're gonna, when they hand you the primary nomination for
No, we
free,
have super
how are you
delegates to make sure grassroots candidates have absolutely no chance, and that when it's someone's turn for the candidacy, they get it without any anyway.
And so are you claiming you waited in line for your turn?
Yep. So
And it's now your turn?
Yep. So when Hillary was running last year, I was like, "Hey, Hillary, if you run this year, I'll support you, and then you support me if I'm not dead next year." And
Okay,
I guess
so-
it would have been the year, the 2018 7. So yeah, when I was 7, I was thinking about running for president, and I was thinking, well, maybe a strong woman would also run for president, who should have probably won, but that is another story. First of all,
Jiden.
Anyway,
Let me just ask you, now that you probably have the
Do I
nomination,
ever
just
get a
given to you-
chance here?
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, Small Hands will get there. How do you plan to win against Small Hands, or what is your plan for victory? And Small Hands, I'll give you a chance to respond here in a minute.
look, all I need to do is tell Russia, hey, you can't meddle in this one, buddy. I'll look right at Putin and I'll be like, listen here, Jack. If you release my emails, I'll release your birth certificate that you definitely do have, and then people will know that Donald Trump is a phony. And then I've already won.
Small Hands?
There's currently, I have a 3-pronged approach to this next election. Number 1, I'll be elected for the Republican nomination, and there's really no question, allegedly, that I will be elected for the Republican nomination. Number 2, after I get elected for the Republican nomination, I really don't have to go anywhere or do anything. I have hordes of people lining up to vote for me. It's incredible. These people will get out to vote in any weather, in any voting machine. We'll even fake them if we have to. And thirdly, everyone can see that, oh, Mr. Bo Jiden over there has clearly not been keeping up with the times. He's currently melting into the ground. I fear that he might not make it to the election. And if he's the only one who's been elected, then I will be there. And as we've seen, there's no collusion. And allegedly, China will. I'll open a trade war with China, and we'll make so much money that we'll just pay for the election.
Listen here, buddy.
And I'll win
buddy,
outright.
Hey,
China.
hey, buddy. You think I'm old? Well, I've done push-ups. Let's do some push-ups right now. I will just push-ups, sit-ups. You fat. You're fat. You're fat. Yes.
I can't have you doing push-ups. Our insurance doesn't cover gravity-based injuries.
They would if we were on expanded Obamacare. We need to expand Obamacare.
I already was cleared. I was cleared by the Surgeon General.
If I could have
I had a health
Obamacare,
check. I'm perfectly
I could be
healthy,
doing push-ups.
Allegedly.
This
Now,
is a
Joe
great
Biden,
case.
Bo Jiden.
Gentlemen.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Gentlemen. Let's give Mr. Biden a chance to make some final response to your last statement, and then we'll come back to just a few more questions.
What?
Okay, thank you, Vice President Jiden.
Exactly.
Mr. Smallhands, you had a very interesting week this week. Can you tell me how you're going to use your small hands to recover from the recent embarrassment at the NATO meeting, where video surfaced of all the world leaders mocking you?
Now, those people, I'm very good friends with some of them, and I think what happened was just an honest mistake. Now, most of them, they love me. They kiss my fans when I come in, and they love seeing me around. But some of them are big meanies, and we, as NATO and as the United States, I'll lead both of them. I'll lead the charge. We, and China as well, we will take out those people. And just, you saw what happened to Khashoggi. Now, it's possible we can just get rid of them, and then there won't be any question. Now, the bigger issue here is how the Democrats, led by Bo Jiden and China, they're leading an impeachment inquiry against me. And I said, you know what, buddy? I'm not having it. I won't be a part of it. They asked me to testify. I won't testify. There's no collusion. Thank you.
And okay, so Jiden, along the same vein, Small Hands just said that those people are meanies. How do you think we can strengthen relations with our allies throughout the world?
So, I know a couple things about roaches, right? And when I was laying in bed the other day, there was a bug, a big old roach crawling up my leg. And I saw him up my leg, and I said, "Hey, roach, you better get off my leg." And you know what this roach did? He went up my leg and down my back, and he started nibbling on the inside of my butt cheeks. And I thought, hey, if I can nibble on the inside of world leaders' butt cheeks, maybe they'd know a little bit about me, and I know a little bit about them. So I think what we should do is be a little bit more open with who we let into our bed and under our covers and up our legs. And that will really strengthen the world leaders and our relationships with them and so forth.
Former Vice President Jiden, that's a very, very interesting policy. I look forward to reading the full details on your website. But with that, I think we're running low on time here in this broadcast. Let's have closing remarks. Since Jiden, you just last talked, Small Hands, can you go ahead and wrap up with your closing remarks?
Thank you. Now, I'll tell you one thing, America. America is already perfect with me leading it. You don't want to change a single thing, especially not by electing allegedly somebody who lets roaches eat their ass out. I would never let a roach eat my ass out. I only let China or Russia eat. And I would never let a roach in there. Now, Hillary's a roach. Hillary, her email server, everything she's done, how she killed Jeffrey Epstein, what a tragedy. She is a roach. And that's basically what Bo Jiden is having eaten his ass. I will not stand up for that.
No.
And instead, if you re-elect me, we will have no more ass eating by roaches, and instead everyone gets guns, Everybody gets guns, including China, and everyone. I'll make it legal. You can marry your sister. I don't care.
What about? Sorry, you piqued my interest there, Small Hands. What about marrying other members of your family? Is it?
It's whatever member you want, as long as it's not a roach.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. And finally, Bo Jiden, your final closing remarks.
Look, under the Trump administration, we have kids being detained in boxes, in cages. Some of them are dying, being separated from their parents. And what they are lacking is not parents, but proper healthcare with a public option. Now, if these kids had even a tiny bit of our healthcare, they would say, "Hey, Joe, that's a good job." And then I would say, "Yes, come sit on my lap and I will show you a job." And they would say, "Hey, Joe, you remind me of my grandfather." And I would say, "I am a grandfather." And then they would say, "You are." And I would be like, "And the president." And they'd say, "What?" And I'd say, "President." And they say, "What?" And I'd say, "Nah, never mind."
Awesome. Great for your guys' time. It's going to be an exciting 2020 election year. Thanks again. For you Small Hands, there's tiny little Chex Mix in the back. I know you like them shrunk down. And for you, Bo, I left out some skin cream. All right,
thank you.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for watching our show.
Bye, America.
Allegedly.